Morning guys, or afternoon. It is Wednesday. Anyway, so I'm doing a bit of a tutorial session today, shooting on my GoPro because I'm using my main camera to shoot the photos. So last year sometime I shot a session in studio with a band called Larkins, which you'll see one of the lead images as the thumbnail, but I'm going to loop some of the frames in now so you know what I'm talking about. During that session, we basically, the scope of the project was to create something that was really quite colourful, a little bit eclectic, and sort of just really sort of like bright colours and poppy, if that makes sense, in terms of colours at least. And by the end of it, they're the images that we came up with. We went into the studio, and the setup of that shoot is basically what I'm going to show you guys today. So it's a really simple setup really, but it's more to give you an idea of what you can create just using sort of like everyday things. Now with lighting, I'm going to be using studio lighting today. I'm going to show you guys the setup in a few minutes, but obviously I understand a lot of people when they're first starting out, you want a strict budget and so forth, so a great idea is to maybe have a research into local studios, or if obviously you're studying at college, uni, something like that, you can use the facilities there. Another great way is, if you are shooting at a studio, is get together with 3 or 4 different photographers, split the cost of it so it's more, you know, affordable for everyone involved. That's a great way of doing it. What I'm going to show you today is basically gel light photography. You can achieve this with flash guns as well. It's not something that I've tried with flash guns yet. It is something that I plan to do. But yeah, for today's session, we'll be looking at how you create that look with sort of studio lighting, which is fixed lighting. So the setup for today, I've just set everything up. Nearly dropped my camera there. So I've got my camera here, which I'll be shooting some test shots in. I've got the mannequin here. Now, mannequin, she does look a bit weird. One of the reasons why I bought a mannequin quite a while ago, I've had it for a few years, is that when you're practicing, it's always great to kind of practice on a subject. It's not always feasible to have a live body, so mannequin is a great way to practice, especially in terms of like, obviously you can't move it around as much, but certainly where the light will hit the face, the body structure, and just some elements of that. So it's more to do with the body shape as opposed to anything else. And then I've got a light which is going to be shining in on her from the left, and then I've also got a light which is going to be bouncing on the right. So this is a basic setup. What I've done is, as you can see on this one, that one looks a bit messy simply because I don't have a roll of the coloured paper, so I've had to tape together the purple sheets that I'm using, and the red one I've literally just got sellotape and I've taped it on to the gun, to the lighting, so you'll see what effect that creates. Now obviously depending on the type of colours you're after, you can just get the right sheets. The only thing to bear in mind when you're buying sheets or rolls of coloured paper for this type of photography is to make sure it's the right material, so that it doesn't obviously melt when the light hits the paper. Again, with the colours of this, if you have a thin layer or one layer of the coloured gels or paper, you'll find that it's not going to be as sort of colourful, whereas if you make the paper thicker and go for a couple of layers, obviously that's going to bring out more of the colours as well. In terms of the light settings, we're not going to go into that. It really is just about practicing, but this will give you an idea of how to create something where it's really simple setup with limited resources, I guess. You can create some cool stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do some test shots. Once I've shot them, I'm going to go ahead and loop it in on this vlog with obviously the settings and so forth, and it will give you an idea of what you can create with basic things. Let's go. Okay, so this next set of shots, it's still got the blue on it, but I've thickened up, I've added more layers to the gel paper, just so you can see the difference in the tones and how much blue comes through on the mannequin. Hopefully that will demonstrate what I mean in terms of getting the right sort of thickness of the gel paper. Is depending on the colours that you go for, some colours will be a lot better on certain skin tones and some won't work as well. Obviously it depends on how you're positioning the lights as well, so you can start to position the subject closer to your light or further away to kind of get different depths of colour on the skin, and obviously facial structures depending on which areas you're highlighting. So for example, if you're shooting a portrait, you might find, you know, if it's like a shoulder upwards sort of shot, you might find that you want to highlight maybe the upper cheek or this structure here. So I guess you have to really think about what it is you're shooting and what sort of end products you want with these types of photos. Obviously with gel light photography, you probably wouldn't use it for like a corporate shoot. It is very much, you know, sort of like a more creative sort of outlet. But there's heaps of things that you can do with it, but it is literally just a matter of practicing. Even in post-production, most photos these days get post-produced, which just means that they're edited after they've been captured. So that's when you can kind of play around with the skin tones, if you need to recover any skin tones. And some people even edit this type of photography onto photos that have been taken, but I think it's always fun to kind of create it from scratch and get some really great end results. Some colours don't work as well, like the green. Obviously you can see from the picture it looks a bit weird, but again, if it was like a fashion sort of shoot and you're working with green tones, oranges, yellows, you might find that actually it works for that sort of photo shoot. So it is all depending on the actual project or commission you're working on. As you can see, it's a very simple light setup. Literally just two lights with the camera in the middle, and then you've got your subject there, and that is pretty much it, guys. If you guys have got any questions with regards to this shoot specifically, what I'll show you is one of the end sort of marketing materials that one of the images got used. This is what they ended up doing with it. We actually used a teal gel on that one, which gave it some nice colours. I think we primarily used teal and like a red or pink sort of gel on it. So we got some cool stuff on it. So I'm going to wrap it up there. As I say, if you guys have got any questions at all, feel free to comment down below. Make sure you come and say hi on Instagram or Twitter, or even on my Facebook page, which I'll link down below. And I will be back with another tutorial soon. If you guys have any specific sort of content you would like to see on this channel, obviously just comment below and let me know, and I'll try my very best to cover it if I can help in any way. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.